In this problem, we are graphing an exponential function, and this time we have an additional number here, a constant multiplied by our thing that we're raising to the x power. But we're going to go about this in the same way that we would plot any exponential function. We're going to make a table of values. We're going to try to figure out where the asymptote is and draw that in, and then try to sketch a graph. So let's make our table of values here. So we've got our x and our y, and the only thing we have to remember is after we raise this 4/5 to whatever number power we're putting in here, we've got to multiply everything by 2. So let's start with -2. So the negative is going to flip this fraction upside down, so we're going to have 5/4, and then the 2 is going to square everything, and then we need to multiply that by 2. So I've got 2 times 25 sixteenths, so this is 50 sixteenths. And we can simplify that. Let's see. So 25 eighths, I think, is the simplest. Okay, so this is 25 eighths. So the -1 power, a little easier. We just flip the fraction upside down. So that's 5/4. And then we multiply that by 2. So that's 10/4, or simplifying, that's 5/2. Great. And anything to the 0 power is 1. And anything to the first power is just itself. Ooh, whoops, but I've got to multiply this by 2. Aha. So 1 times 2 is 2. And anything to the first power is itself, so that's 4/5. We multiply that by 2, we get 8/5. And then to the second power, we're going to have 16 over 25 just by squaring both parts of the fraction. When we multiply that by 2, we're going to get 32 25ths. Okay. So there are all the coordinates. Let's see if we can go about plotting these. So at -2, we're 25 eighths. And let's see, that's 3 1/8. So right in here. And at -1, we're at 5/2. So that's 2.5. And at 0, we're at 2. And at 1, we're at 8/5. So that's 1 and part way up there. And then at 2, we're at 32 25ths. So that's just even less, bit over 1. So it looks like we're going to have our asymptote pointing this way. So let me draw that in along the x-axis. And then you can just press the button in Alex to make this exponential function fit your points. I'm just going to try to draw through here. And if you plot it further on to the left here, it's going to start shooting up pretty fast like exponential curves do. So there's an approximate sketch of 2 times 4/5 to the x.